Greetings to all of you. My dear sisters and brothers and my dear friends, a warm welcome to all of you from your Pastor Yeti. Awareness on the proper kind of selfishness. Maybe it was a shock or a little shock to hear that even when we are awake, we still are asleep. Well, if we are truly honest to ourselves and reflect on ourselves, and we practice, you will come to see that of all of us, or I don't want to be a judge on that, but just giving you an example that a lot of us are still asleep, even when we are awake. So the first thing I want you to understand, if you really want to wake up, is that you don't want to wake up. The first step to waking up is to be honest enough to admit that to yourself, that you don't like it. You don't want to be happy. You want a little test? Okay, let's try it. It will take you exactly 1 minute. Okay, do it with me. You could close your eyes while you're doing it, or you could keep them open. It doesn't really matter. Think of someone you love very much, someone you're close to, someone who is precious to you, and say to that person in your mind, I'd rather have happiness than have you. See what happens. I'd rather be happy than have you. If I had a choice, no question about it, I choose happiness. Let's have a pause in here and reflect in what is just being said. How many of you felt selfish when you said this? Many, it seems. See how we've been brainwashed. See how we've been brainwashed into thinking. How could it be so selfish? But look at who's being selfish. Imagine somebody saying to you, how could you be so selfish that you choose happiness over me? Would you not feel like responding, pardon me? But how could you be so selfish that you would demand I choose you above my own happiness? And here's a little story of a woman once told me that when she was a child, her Jesuit cousin gave a retreat in the Jesuit church in Milwaukee. He opened each conference with the words, "The test of love is sacrifice, and the gauge of love is unselfishness." That's marvelous. I asked her, Would you want me to love you at the cost of my happiness? Yes, she answered. Isn't that delightful? Wouldn't that be wonderful? She would love me at the cost of her happiness, and I would love her at the cost of my happiness. And so, you've got two unhappy people. But long live life, long live love. Could be abstract, which I think coming to the awareness is complex. But my beautiful people, give yourself the time. We are so over-controlled and even over-controlled by our own thinking. We are so over-controlled with what is demanding of our lives and in our lives, and to put up with some demanding focus on our jobs to give to others and our own families with our children. And maybe that can be also good and enjoyable and fruitful. But the whole thing about the awareness, how do we wake up? Blessings to all of you, my dear ones. This is your Pastor Yeti. Bye.